One message for you two from your aunt. She will bust both of you in the head. Can y'all hear me?
Not rocket science,
I think you, like me, have a face for radio.
Can y'all hear me?
We gonna play with the players we got. Next man up.
That's why it sucks.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
This kind of unprofessionalism does not need to be tolerated. And I mean it.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
What the hell is going on here? Just all hang up.
Another episode of the BS Podcast.
Hang on.
Moran.
Hang on. There's all kinds of noise in my ear now.
Oh, jeez.
We need a little bit more professionalism.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the BS Podcast. I am your host, Quincy, a.k.a. the Q-Dog, and we are here to talk some Bama football. College football, baby. What's going on? A lot of hot seats, a lot of not seats out there in college football. I'm sure we have plenty to talk about. This week, we're going to talk about Alabama hosting the LSU Tigers in T-Town. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in our team. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome to the program the one and only Wild Bill, the man, the myth, the legend. What's up, Wild Bill? How's it going this evening? Wild Bill, you are muted and we can't hear a word you're saying. Tech support. Can't unmute your guest mic. Their mic isn't connected. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program, Mr. Austin Dash. What's going on, Austin Dash?
What's up? Just another day in paradise.
It's another day with you and me in paradise. Sing a little bit of that song for us while Bill is trying to get things figured out. Please give it to us. It looks like Josh kicked Austin off of the program.
That was an accident.
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to see why. Okay, I can see the.
Am I still muted?
Moving that away.
You're good. You're good, Wild Bill. You're good.
Can y'all hear me?
I think Josh did something to it.
He has done something. He's screwing around with everything, and now it's a black screen. What is the matter with you?
Somebody fix that like they did last week.
Oh, have mercy. Jesus, take the wheel.
How do I get I see that app on the left. How do I get it off?
Here's the thing. You need to stop pressing buttons, okay? Because if you don't, I'm going to rock you. And it ain't going to be pretty. How
do I get rid of the app? It's showing me the phone screen. I don't want to see that.
That's good. There's a little phone down there, and you click it.
It's very easy. It's right below it.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Now let's do our best to get on with the show. And Josh, quit screwing things up. Hey, without further ado, let's welcome Josh Moran to the program. Yay.
What's up, everybody? How's it going?
Hey, Josh, tell us who you are and what you do besides screwing up the podcast.
I'm Josh, and I screw up the podcast because I'm unprepared.
You know, that's what's happening. And while Bill, you are no longer muted, so please tell us who you are.
I promise y'all, Josh did something to it because I had not touched nothing. So it's Josh. Anyway, Roll Tide.
I did something to it. That's the whole point.
Roll Tide. Once again, Quincy, why can your brother and my son-in-law not wear their shirts?
Hey,
that's a great question. I'm sending both of you.
Why do they have to be so rebellious?
I've got this on because it's cold outside, Bill.
Oh, dear.
I'll be honest. I'm too fat.
Well, we ain't gonna see you fat. I ain't no little bitty skinny 140-pounder.
What?
All right. Here's something I want to do immediately on the program. Oh, hey, look. Everything's okay because I never went live.
Oh,
I never went live. Let's go live. See you guys in a minute.
One message for you from your aunt. She will bust both of you in the head. Can y'all hear me?
Not rocket science, you know.
I think you, like me, have a face for radio.
Can y'all hear me?
We gonna play with the players we got. Next man up.
That's why it sucks.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
This kind of unprofessionalism does not need to be tolerated. And I mean it. Like,
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
what the hell is going on here? Just all hang up.
Another episode of the BS Podcast.
Hang on.
Host,
Hang on.
Quincy Moran.
Hang on. There's all kinds of noise in my ear now.
Oh, jeez.
We need a little bit more professionalism.
Welcome back to another episode of the BS Podcast. It is I, your host, Quincy Moran, a.k.a. the Q Dog, a.k.a. the Q Digging It Dog. And here's one thing I want to say. We need a little bit more professionalism around here, okay? Because we got some things going on here at the BS Podcast that are just BS. And we're about to get it figured out. But hey, we're ready for a fast, exciting start to this particular program as we kick off the week looking ahead to LSU. But before we do that, I want to bring my team into the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him, you demand him. His name is Wild Bill, and he does the Bama Bullet Points. Wild Bill, welcome to the program. What's going on, big dog?
Cold weather, roll tide. It's cold.
That's good news. It's not cold in Texas yet, but I hear it's coming next week.
It's cold here.
It is cold here. All right. Well, your son-in-law is in, so let's hear from him. Today, we're on the lookout. Is it Austin Dash or is it Austin Smash? Austin, welcome to the program, sir.
thank you. It's good to be here.
Austin Dash is definitely here.
Yeah. It takes me a minute. I got to get into it.
All right. Get into it. And while Austin is getting into it, the one and only, the legendary Josh Moran. Josh, what's going on, dude?
It's a legend in his own mind.
I wonder if that's what he tells Amber.
No,
It
is not.
Quick.
Hey everybody, I'm Josh. Nice to meet y'all. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going great. Things are just things have started off.
I think this might be the best podcast we've ever done.
A lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people are saying it's great, it's fantastic, and nobody wants to be out to the chopper. Okay, let's check it out, guys. Here's something that we had a bit of controversy over. In the last program, I took a lot of heat because obviously I made a mistake on how we score the picks. Now, there's one caveat. You can go back and watch the program. And I said this: if I redo the picks and the winner is the same, you are all buckets of barf, your throw up, and I don't want to hear you talk trash anymore.
Whoa.
Okay? I didn't say that exactly, but that's the way I felt. He said, whoa. Wow. Well, let's take a look. Let me see here. Let me see if I still have it. Okay, let's take a look here. So in first place, who is it? None other than Amber Dash. She is smashing the competition. She's ahead in first place. Now, I went to ChatGPT, added in the scores versus our scores, and asked ChatGPT to get it set up. First place, Amber. Second place, Wild Bill. Third place, Josh Moran. Fourth place is not necessarily Aunt Cindy because she hasn't picked every game. Fifth place, Austin Dash. And a whopping sixth place is the Q Dog coming in dead last. So with that being said, I just want everybody to know that there's not a lot of difference between my way and this way, although my way I had one pick. It was an honest mistake, but Amber is still dominating the competition. She is well ahead of everyone, and I'm not sure anybody is going to take her down. So,
all right. So all that being said, let's start doing it the way that we talked.
Your Wi-Fi is now frozen, Josh, so we didn't get to hear what you said. You are a frozen disaster.
I can see.
You're gone. Nope.
Yeah, wonderful.
Pay the bill, Josh. Pay your Wi-Fi bill. Come on.
How about now?
Quit stealing from the neighbors. He's gone.
How about now?
Yes, you're back. Go ahead and say that.
So I forgot what I was going to say now.
Well, we're all the luckier. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
So we're going to start just counting it the way that we talked about the other day, and then y'all said I got it on mute.
Yeah, you actually froze. So line out for me the way that we are actually supposed to. Like, give me the details on what it's supposed to look like, and I'll write it down.
Okay, we've been through this, but let's say you pick a 27-14 score.
27-14 sample. Got it.
The score is 27. The score is 28-13.
28-13.
How many points were you off from Bama's score?
Well, if Bama's the winner, it looks like 1-1, so that's a total of 2.
Yes.
Okay. So wow, that was loud.
So however many points you are close to each team's score, you subtract it or add it, whatever. It's 28-27. That's 1.
Okay.
And then you add it together.
All right. So I want to go through an exercise real quick.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me see what this looks like. So we have 27 plus 14 equals, that's 41. Okay. And then we have 28 plus 13.
Yeah, 41.
28 plus 13 is 41. And so I guess my way, that would be a 0. And your way, that would be a 2.
I don't even know what your way is, Quincy. You explained it to all of us, and we were like, that sounds stupid.
So the way it was is I would add our score that we picked. I'd add those points together, and then I'd add the actual together, and whoever was the closest won. That's the way I did it. So I see the way you want it done now, and I
think we all voted for it too.
I mean, that doesn't mean I remember. I went with what I thought we talked about, and I was wrong, and I can admit that.
Well, it don't look like we're gonna catch Amber because we only got 4 more games.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be the champion either way, but I'm still gonna compete because I'll take touchdowns in garbage time even if I'm the loser. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's the way.
Well,
Josh,
you're well on your way to being the loser.
yeah, I am officially the loser. Josh, whenever you're going to hack or cough like that, if there's any way that you could quickly mute, it would help this program. If none other, it would help me because it's pretty sharp. All right. This is the way the program normally goes. Number 1, if you are watching live, we ask you to comment below to get featured on the show. Number 2, so for the first quarter is Wild Bill and his Bama bullet points. The second quarter, I'll talk stats. The third quarter is the dashes on the board. The fourth quarter, we talk about almost anything we want to when we do predictions. So today, coming off the bye week, Wild Bill is going to work on some Bama bullet points. So we'll talk about that. And in the second quarter, we're actually going to get into our thoughts about who's fired and who's going where. And the season is not over yet. So I'll have some questions for the group there. And then the third quarter, we're going to talk to Austin Dash as he is rolling solo today to talk to us about the Boar. And then we're going to get into the fourth quarter, which will be predictions. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, comment below to be featured on the show. And we're going to welcome Wild Bill and his Bama Bullet Points. Figure out getting you on the screen because some reason the deal is jacked up. But give me just a minute. Oh, Josh has got all kinds of stuff going on there. We'll just go back to this view.
Why do we have that on the screen? What does that even mean?
Well, Bill, go ahead and start with your Bama Bullet Points, and I'm going to work on what's going on over here. Okay, go for it.
Well, before I start, I have a question for my son-in-law. Is the house clean? Because your wife's going to be there in about an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's clean. Dishes done. Bed's made. Clothes are folded. All the things.
You in good shape then. I struggled on the bullet points for this week, so I come up with a few, not many. The first one is 15 and 19. I don't know if anybody has a guess of what that would be.
I will take a guess at that.
Okay.
That is how many wins LSU has against us without a head coach. I lost it. I lost.
That is Hugh Freeze's record as the former coach of the Auburn Tigers.
Okay.
I've got one too. 3, the number of points scored against the last team in the SEC.
I got a question. Has anybody heard that he had prostate cancer?
No.
Yeah, that was who?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, Hugh Freeze.
Yeah, that was before the season started.
So he's got prostate cancer.
He started treatments and all before the season started. Yes.
So see, I found that out a few weeks ago, and I kind of feel bad for the guy now because he's sitting over there with prostate cancer, going through chemo and stuff, and we're just murdering him.
But the treatment.
October.
That doesn't affect his record.
I know, but it affects your coaching ability. But he's been trashed the whole time he gets there. He's been there, but I don't know. I just heard that, and I'm like, well, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, I do feel for him off the field. There's no question about that. I can agree with that.
Well, anybody that has to go through chemo, because I've been there, it's rough.
Right. So maybe he's going through chemo right now, and I don't know what he keeps saying that we're so close for. It's almost like I don't know what he's even talking about. What are you close to?
Yeah, they weren't close in that Kentucky game, but it seems as if he thinks they were close in every game. Like they've been a formidable opponent, and maybe that's true against say like Georgia and some of the other competition. Do you think that's what he's referring to?
Oh yeah, that's what he's been saying. Is they're close to being where they need to be, which they're not at all.
No. All right, Wild Bill, what's your next Bama bullet point, brother?
Kalen DeBoer is still our coach.
Yes, that's a great bullet point. I love it.
He's still employed at the University of Alabama. And for all of you that someone didn't know, Drake Kirkpatrick Jr. got arrested. He has been suspended indefinitely from the team.
He got confused. He thought he played at Georgia.
What did he do again, you said?
He went on a little joyride.
Well, yeah, DeBoer wouldn't, Coach DeBoer wouldn't comment on it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All he said was their rules, and he knows that. So,
And of course, you had some comments made. Oh, let him go. You know, he's only a teenager. Da 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 da. But there's rules to go by.
I bet
There are
I
consequences.
bet his daddy don't want him to be let go.
I bet he does.
No, I'd hate to know what his daddy has to say about this.
Him and Saban will probably have a little sit down with him.
Yeah. So,
But somebody said you can take the boy out of Gadsden, but you can't take Gadsden out of the boy.
well, hey. I was born and raised in Gadsden.
Exactly.
That's better than Welch, West Virginia.
Nah, I don't know about that.
I know. All right. I heard part of Coach Grubb's press conference. One thing that stuck out to me, he said their blocking technique has got to improve. It's got to be successful for them to have a successful running game. So their technique on their blocking for the running game is not where he wants it to be. But they said all three coaches, Grubb, Womack, and Coach DeBoer, they all three said yesterday's practice was outstanding, was very good. So then Coach Womack made a statement during his, and I didn't, y'all may have said something about it last week. At one point during the South Carolina game, we held South Carolina 6 straight 3-and-outs.
Oh, wow.
Coach DeBoer, he said their goal is to protect our house. Somebody asked him about LSU coming in. He said our goal is to protect our house. So that was number 6. Number 7, 28-7. Would anyone care to take a wild guess?
28-7.
First down.
That's your prediction?
No.
Okay.
No. The Tuscaloosa County High Wildcats won their last game of the season 28-7 to finish 1-9 on the year.
Tuscaloosa School of the Blind.
They just missed the perfect season, as Jim Rome would say.
They are the defending Class 7A state baseball champions, big boy. All right, Josh.
They're good timing.
That one was good.
All right.
I did 3 already today.
Oh.
I heard this today. There's 3 teams in the country that has not allowed an opponent to score more than 24 points in one game. 2 of them are Ohio State and Indiana. Who is third?
Auburn.
Hang on, say that one more time.
Ohio State, Indiana, and Auburn are the only 3 teams in the country that has not allowed an opponent to score more than 24 points.
Yeah, Auburn's got a defense on them.
And that is all I have for the bullet points. And,
Hey, man.
Right quick, Quincy. Alan Dunn texted me one day during the week and said he really enjoyed being on the podcast with us. He was enlightened.
That's what you want to call it.
Oh, my gosh.
He said he thoroughly enjoyed it and he appreciated being on with us.
Hey, I've got bullet points.
That's because he's a class act, and we were probably on our worst behavior of the season with him being on there. So it was funny, and I'll get right back to you there, Austin. I asked everybody to go and review the last couple podcasts to see what their thoughts were. And of course, Josh says Biden was awesome, and he didn't even have enough time to go back and watch him. But I just wanted it from a performability standpoint.
Who else
for us to look at it? I'm going to say that nobody took me seriously, and that's why I have no control over this show.
Singled me out.
Who else said they went and watched it and it was great?
I didn't. I said I don't need to. Mine was awesome. I'm done.
That's what you said, so I misread it?
What I meant was I don't need to rewatch it.
Oh,
I'm awesome.
Okay,
Duh.
but that's not what you said. Okay, it's cool.
What did I say? Go ahead and bookmark it. Go ahead and fact check me like you always do.
Or as
Nobody,
the kids
nobody.
flip it.
I'll
Whatever
have to I'll have to defend Josh on this.
Oh,
What I read that he said, that's what it was. He said,
Yeah, baby.
and I was thinking, whatever. What? He's
Well,
awesome.
Hey,
well,
man,
Phil has turned to the dark side. He's
some of us
defending
know we
God.
got it. I'm the hired talent, so you
I got you
Quincy-
back on this one, Josh.
Quincy has. Thank you, sir. Quincy has to watch it back and let me know what I need to improve on.
Okay, you know what? I will do that. And as a matter of fact, it looks like Josh is welcoming that for everybody, so I don't mind doing it. But before
Actually, I
Josh,
want to retract that. I take it back.
it's too late. I've already got it on the. I've already got it on video. So with that, Austin Dash had a point of his own, and I do want to point out just very quickly that I think Wild Bill decided to dominate the third quarter in the first quarter and take some of Austin Dash's highlights, which is okay.
Yeah.
What you got, Austin Dash?
2. Does anybody know? Anybody want to guess what that 2 is?
2 is 1 is the loneliest number. I know that.
2 is the number of times LSU has beat Alabama in the last 11 times they've played.
Well, I don't looking forward to this one.
I don't like that stat. I don't feel good about that stat.
I don't feel good about this game.
Yeah, I don't.
Because,
I don't either.
They got a guy that's supposed to have won the Heisman, and the building is going to be fresh. The people are going to be able to breathe easy. It could be a rejuvenation, honestly.
And they might finally have something to play for to prove that they're good without him. So I went back to the tape, and here's what it says. Take an hour/2 to watch our last show, our last or two, and evaluate your content, performance, etc. And Josh said, mine was awesome. Done. So does that not imply that he went and watched him and he's done? He's done.
Well,
he's
if
good.
you look at when I responded to your text, I think that the time frame in between my response and your initial text implies that I didn't have time to watch it.
You didn't make time to watch it. And that's precisely what I just said. And you guys fact checked me like community notes.
You said you understood another way, and Uncle Bill said, no, I understood it this way.
Okay. Well, I'll take that. That's fair. But there's no bigger fact checker on the planet than Josh Moran, because who hasn't got a text screenshot from him with a red circle around what he said? Raise your hand if you've got that.
That's not what that's for, though. It's just because I'm very detailed at work, so I'm the same.
Okay. Well, you fact check even when you don't have to fact check because nobody's
And
questioning.
I like sending people the information where they ain't got to go and look for whatever I'm trying to say.
Okay. Well, then I misassociate your intention there, and for that, I
You really do. Unless you're calling me on something, and then I'm trying to prove you wrong. Like then that's different.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
It's like when I send you money on Venmo, I just send you a screenshot of it.
I got you. The backup, the confirmation. I'll take it. Hey, I'm good.
I'll email you if you want.
No, it comes through.
All about copies.
It comes through. Actually, in those areas, I trust you, so I don't need to. I don't need a fact check.
In those areas, holy shit.
Yeah, the areas that you just talked about.
I'm trying to say you don't trust me around a 6-pack of Krispy Kremes.
Oh, I am not saying that. I'm not saying that. That's pretty funny though. With that, let's wrap up the first quarter and let's get on to the second quarter. Sorry, that was the wrong one.
We're doing good.
What we have is a lack of professionalism
today.
We do have a lack of professionalism, and sadly, I don't even see. Oh, there's the Q-Dog stinger. Okay, here we go, guys.
This is the second quarter of the BS Podcast. Roll Tide.
Yes, I love the ending to that. I love it. It's
Roll
awesome.
Tide.
Roll Tide. All right, boys. Let's take just a few minutes to talk about the matchup predictor. And it would have been cool if I'd have put it together just to see how well the matchup predictor on ESPN has been this season. But tell me your thoughts on what we're looking at here. While Bill, I'll start with you, and you guys in the chat, if you want to go ahead and give your opinion. What do you think looking at this with this effectively 81% chance or probability that Alabama is going to win?
I'd agree. I mean, it's just like us in Georgia. We own LSU and Georgia. There's something about that crimson jersey that strikes fear in these boys, and they can't handle the pressure.
I pray that's the sentiment.
Listen, and
we're playing at Bryant Denny at night. Lock her down, baby. Lock her down.
And I'll say all that turning the season around and the interim head coach and the hope they have can be something they have until they get in there and get punched in the mouth, and then they go, you know what? Never mind.
So everybody's got their eyes on the transfer portal, or what?
I mean, you either come together or you fall apart. So,
well, it's like it was one of the coaches made the statement. They know that they're going to get some new wrinkles during the course of the game, but they can't change.
You can't change your whole offense.
Change everything in a week.
Yeah, but you could change. You could change exactly how you call plays. You could change motions. You could
yeah, but you can't change everything in a week.
I'm not saying you can, but they've had 2 weeks, and
they're still gonna run what they've been running.
They can come out there and someone can call plays, and it'll look like a totally different offense. I mean,
I'm just telling you what the coaches that coach it know about it says. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know either, but I've got a bad feeling about it. All I know is we better be ready to play because they ain't got nothing but 5 stars and a great roster over there. So it's not like the cupboard's bare. So we're going to have to bring it.
That great roster just got destroyed at home.
They still have the same offense that was supposed to set records this year.
They averaged 22 points per game.
It doesn't matter. When you have a toxic environment, I'm a Raiders fan, okay? I watch this every week.
I wouldn't tell that.
Well, I can't help it, man. It is what it is. When you have a toxic environment from the top down and nobody's getting along, and the main guy is a pompous jackass, and you have to walk on eggshells, and probably some of the people he's got working for him are in cahoots with him. I mean, the players, the university, everybody, like everyone's walking on eggshells. Could you imagine having to do? I've done my job working for a shitty boss. It's not good, and I didn't do as good a job as whenever that guy left.
Now I can agree that you can have less pressure and cut it loose, but
we're the first game afterwards.
Yeah, but execution doesn't go from 0 to 100 in a week. So I don't know.
I have seen guys.
Give us an example.
UAB just beat Memphis. That's an example.
Do you want another one?
Yeah.
Guys, no, I don't need to give you freaking examples. This happens all the time.
I just figured that he would say no because you actually gave him what he asked for. It's totally possible.
2 weeks ago, UAB beat ranked Memphis, and then Memphis is now in the top 25, and they had just lost Trent Dilfer, which is about the same. It's the same kind of scenario. This ain't going to be an easy game. It's LSU, guys.
And look here, I want to give this quick example, okay?
Last year they had their head coach and lost by 35 points.
They had the same trash that just got fired.
But they had a lot of the same players.
I think you're missing the whole point here because they don't have that coach anymore, Austin.
I'm not talking about the coach.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
That's where I would agree with Josh on this is that
wow, every one of you has agreed with me.
Not me.
No, I'm not agreeing with you on this.
The guy that was toxic. And some of the reports that come out, all kinds of skeletons come out of the closet whenever somebody leaves, whether it's in professional worlds, churches, in sports. It happens, okay? But what I'm here to say is while the source of toxicity is there, it is very difficult to play. Now, when that entity, that person is removed, you can revitalize a team, and has a significant amount of talent. What is that noise? That's me, is it not?
Yeah, Josh is listening to it.
Oh,
he's his biggest fan.
Josh, thanks for finally listening. So with that being said, this can breathe life into a football team, especially a talented roster. So in my opinion, the games that are in front of us, whether it's LSU or it's Auburn, those can be trap games. And why do I say that? Because, and we did get a bye week, but I look at our performance against South Carolina. Now, I think they really had a great defensive game plan, speed rushing us on the edges and really chopping
and
our
multiple first-round defensive linemen, so that helps.
Well, but that proves the point that there is serious talent on this LSU football team. And so now you're breathing life into them because that guy's gone and they want to prove something to him that they are better without him. So I don't have any inside scoop, but I'm saying that is going to be it. And here's the deal. This is the example I'll point to. It may seem minuscule, but I'm just going to give it to you. When I was a sophomore in high school, our entire, maybe minus one, our entire upperclassmen group, seniors, they walked off the team. They were over our head coach. So that next game, we were playing a team called Sulligent. And if you'd have seen, I think that's how you pronounce the name. If you'd have seen those guys, you would have thought the Marines came to Oak Grove, Alabama to play football. It was undeniable. Those guys looked like trained Marines. And our coach basically took all the pressure off us, told us we had nothing to lose, and for us to go out and have fun on the football field. We kept that entire game close, and we almost won the game with inferior talent because the pressure, the environment changed. And we had something there that allowed us to do so. There's no bigger stage to show Brian Kelly that he was the problem than Tuscaloosa, Alabama, after he's gone, and they want to play for this guy who shows that Brian Kelly was the issue. Is that going to happen? We don't know. It's just a concern that I have at looking at the game because LSU, they can play lights out. They've got nothing to lose. Alabama has everything on the line.
I will say that kind of my point was their issues all year have been, a lot of it has been fundamental tackling, blocking. It's the stuff that you should know in the spring. So I don't think a lot of that stuff gets corrected in a week. That's what I mean. They're going to play
a blind squirrel, baby. A blind squirrel.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But I'm saying fundamentally, they're not going to be a 180. But they're going to play loose and they're going to play with something to prove. I get that. But I just think a lot of their issues can't be corrected in a week, no matter how excited they are to play.
2 weeks. And
we
got a game looming right after that with number 11 Oklahoma that we will be at.
And see, here's the other piece of that. And I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just trying to explain my point of view of where I am. And there's a famous movie, Remember the Titans. And Julius really says it well. And I think it's a bleed over and it's actually a reality that attitude reflects leadership. So if you have a coach who's not committed, there's a toxic environment. If that's the case, then these guys are extremely talented. So it's not like they don't know how to tackle. It's not like they don't know the fundamentals. It's not like they don't have attention to detail. But if you're playing or working for somebody who doesn't care, it can affect you because leadership matters. So I hope that the message to the team, and maybe you'll get into that, Austin, when it comes time for the third quarter, I hope the message to the team remains supreme, which is we need to keep the main thing, and no matter who it is on the field, we do what Alabama does, and we leave no doubt. That is my hope. So I don't know what your thoughts are on that. I'll go to the next graphic if there's nothing else. Okay, nothing else. Let's talk about the the schedules as they line up. So Alabama, has some pretty marquee wins here, I would say. Really had a tough time at South Carolina, beat Tennessee, beat Missouri, beat Vanderbilt, beat Georgia. That's quite a gauntlet there. So if we look at LSU, they didn't have an easy schedule either. Okay. Texas A&M, one of the top teams in the country. Looks like they're really making a push. What are they, number 3? Vanderbilt, we know who they are. They beat South Carolina at a wider margin than the Tide did. And then they lost a close game to Ole Miss. And then whoever this is right here. There you go, Southeastern Louisiana. They obviously beat them pretty handily.
Southeastern Los Angeles.
So here are the leaders for Alabama and for LSU as they come in. And, Nussmeier was touted to be one of the top guys in the country, much like Arch Manning, but he's had his share of struggles. Nothing to brag about when it comes to the leading rushers. Alabama has not been able to solidify their identity. But wide receivers, I think, is a different story. I think we are loaded at wide receiver.
Have 1 touchdown. That's wild to me. Because he's their best receiver. That's crazy.
Yeah, neither one of us.
It was Lacey, but
neither team has been exciting when it comes to sacks like you might think an SEC defense would have. I mean, through 8 games in the year, they 4-2 are your sack leaders. And then when it comes to your leading tacklers,
not a good sign when your safety is your leading tackler.
That's a fair point. And Justin Jefferson, man, that guy has absolutely come on super strong. So, that just looking at that, guys, I think it represents a trap game. Now, the one thing we haven't talked about is what our mentality is, per se in the locker room. And I guess we did a little bit, but it's what I think this Alabama team knows what is in front of them and what they have the potential to pull off, because nobody believed in them after the Florida State loss but them in the locker room. And so they have some great things in front of them. Wild Bill, what do you think is going to be most important for Alabama as they take on LSU on Saturday night?
What's going to be important?
Yeah, the most important piece.
We need to control the line of scrimmage. It's going to be physical. We got to get some running game going. But I think we can throw the ball on them. If Harold Perkins, preseason All-American, one of the top draft picks, what's he done all year? Nothing.
Been playing for a cancer too. I'm telling you.
Yeah. But you're getting paid money to play. You're on national television, and you're gonna go out there and embarrass yourself?
I see NFL players all the time that when you lose the team, he's lost the locker room. That's it.
Well, where's your captains?
You're gonna have guys that don't give it their all, and that's just the way it is.
Well, where's the captains of the team? Nussmeier.
I don't know, dude.
Where are they?
Let's hope they don't show up. Or if they do, Alabama's ready. Austin, what do you think is the most important thing for Alabama going into Saturday?
Mindset.
Saturday.
Mindset and execution. I looked at that South Carolina game, and everybody said it would be a trap game going into it. My thought process was, if Alabama can go into South Carolina and win, find a way to win there, then there's no reason I don't think that they can win out the rest of the year.
Hang on, Austin. I'm pretty sure you said there was no way that they could even like compete with us.
Okay, first off, I didn't think there should be a reason, but my thought process, I literally said it to somebody the week before the game. I said, if Alabama can go to South Carolina and win the so-called trap game, then we're at home 3 out of the last 4 games. They can win all 4. But I that's what I'm getting to is the mindset that they had in the fourth quarter, the ability to execute when it mattered. That's what's going to matter this week. That's what's going to matter against Oklahoma. And that's what's going to matter when we go to Auburn and beat Auburn in Jordan-Hare.
Watch DJ Durkin pull out a win and get hired.
No. Now, I do think they probably should hire him because there's no other good candidates, but there's that. Now, going back to Auburn, I can't believe that they would fire somebody who brought them 7 national championships this year.
Yeah. That is such a great troll.
How rude.
That is such a great troll, man. They had to reassess and award themselves, and it was under his leadership that they did. So I wonder if they're going to lose those when he leaves, now that he's gone. You think they're losing them?
I don't think so.
Josh, what's the most important thing for Alabama this weekend, Josh?
I would say just come out and I wish they could just play like they play when the game is on the line, the whole game. But the main thing is just come out and match LSU because I think LSU is going to be fired up. They got to come out, start fast, and not take their foot off the gas. Because, I mean, we've shown we can play good defense and good offense. It's just they need to put it together. And I want to blow out. So I think that's the most important thing is this get a 60-minute game.
I agree. I really like actually all the points you guys have. I like them a lot, and I think it's incredibly important for us to have the proper mindset as well. I hope that our coaching staff has had some time or taken the time. I'm very confident they have to assess who is doing what. And in my mind, as a Joe, not a pro, I look at the offensive line as a personnel situation because there have been times where we're able to run the ball and, make progress on the rushing side. And it seemed like we had a particular set of personnel in there and it's not formed yet at tackle, but we will see. With that being said, in our last couple of minutes here, I want to talk to you guys and get your opinion.
15 minutes in the second quarter yet. We've been on here 42 minutes.
Oh, that's a good point. It might be 20 minutes already. So I didn't actually keep. Because
I know we screwed up and started talking before we went live. So you went live again.
It's okay. Third quarter will be short.
Okay, well, we'll either talk about this next conversation in the third quarter once Austin's done, or we'll talk about it in the fourth quarter when we make our predictions. It's time now for the third quarter. Let's get it on. Yeah, we do. We are bad at keeping time. All right, Austin Dash, it's all you, brother. Get after it.
Okay. Let's see. He said, coming off the bye week, I think it was very productive. Guys got a chance to get their bodies freshened up and mind as well. Yesterday was a great practice, full of energy. Getting a chance to dial in at the end of the week and going into yesterday on LSU. They've focused on continuing to improve. And he said he thinks our guys really believe that that's the case. And it needs to be the mindset that they always have as a program. He said, we expect nothing but LSU's best, a high level of energy. It's going to be a great environment. They just need the fans to continue to be what they've been and continue to make Bryant-Denny the hardest place to play in the country. Andre Kirkpatrick, all he said was, with the information they have at this time, they need to indefinitely suspend him. He understands there's consequences that come with actions. Gino Vandermark is making good progress. They expect him to be ready to go. Here's some good news. Quay Rusall is ahead of schedule. They don't expect him to be ready this week, but he is way ahead of where they expect him to be. So he's actually practicing in a limited ability right now.
Who's that?
Quay Rusall. So just imagine him on the other side and Yanze Pierre where he's at. I mean, that'll be.
I don't have an issue with who's the other guy we got playing, Quincy?
Justin Hill.
On the other side, it's going to be Naki Hill Green.
Yeah, well, I don't want him to go anywhere.
Yeah, but
Quincy were talking the other day, like
Hill Green's inside
Pierre and
linebacker.
freaking Hill Green have. I don't want Rusall to take either one of their spots.
But Hill Green's been playing a lot of linebacker.
Inside.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that what Rusall is? He's a linebacker.
No.
He's outside.
No, he lines up, I think, on a 5 technique, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, well then he'll help. But either way, I don't want those two to lose any playing time. Pierre is no.
And
I think
we had Rusall, Keenan, and Yanze Pierre on the field at the same time. So I'm excited about those three and LT Overton or James Smith, whoever's in there. It could really all click on the defensive line. So we'll see. Danny Lewis is still work in progress. He's still got some issues. They're hoping he'll be back soon. They asked him how similar last week's prep was to previous success coming out of buys. He said it really goes into having a great staff that puts a great game plan together and gets it dialed in a timely manner. When you have players that go make plays and they get those extra practices on a game plan and go execute, that's really what matters. That's what it comes down to, and he expects that with our staff. He said yesterday was a great practice. It wasn't long, but it was dialed in. They were looking forward to getting on the field.
That was timed well.
I'm getting better. I need to download some more.
Thank you, Buddha. Said this is going to be a physical game. It was last year. It's always been. He talked about the tradition. He talked about their physical players with elite skill on offense and defense. Talked about the rivalry. He says it's going to be a great environment, a lot of pride for both our program and theirs too. He talked about Ryan Williams really working to be his best, and just the time he's been putting into fixing those small things, the drops.
It ain't worked.
What?
It ain't worked. He needs to stop. He needs to get on our team.
He dropped one pass last week, so
that's a lot. Do you realize how receivers are supposed to, like, how wide the gap is between drops is supposed to be? It had been it was only one game that he didn't have a drop, guys.
I think just going through, like I watched Brooks Austin talk about the reason that he dropped that, and that it is correctable, but it's going to have to be, it has to be a Ryan Williams thing, because that one drop that he had over the body, he was trying to basket catch it as opposed to trusting his hands. And so unless he begins to trust his hands, it's going to plague him. So he's just got to get there.
Trust his hands.
We did see that
fingernail polish on them, and they're all girly.
Hey, we did see him against Tennessee trust his hands. So we've seen steps in the right direction, Josh.
I was very close to making a hilarious comment, but it would have been unbecoming of a man like me. But it'd been hilarious.
Okay with him not even being on the team, honestly.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm glad he's on the team, and I think he's a great contributor. And like all of us, we have areas we need to improve, and he's a high performer, and he can do that.
What if we're in the national championship game, and it's a go-ahead touchdown, and there's only a minute left? We have no timeouts. It's fourth down. You do? Because he's dropped all kinds of touchdowns and passes this year. Whatever.
Okay.
I've seen guys in Super Bowl drop passes, fumble the ball.
I know, and they're not, and
They're
they're not,
professional.
and they get the crap kicked out of them in the media too.
You don't know what's going to happen until you play that moment. So we saw him last year against Georgia with the biggest play of the game.
Yeah,
So,
it kind of makes you wonder. It kind of makes you wonder
when it matters.
Why is he like that this year?
Well, we will see. I mean, all he can do is go out and continue to get better. Hey, I think the guy can continue to get better. That's my final word on him, and I think he will.
But he's continually not gotten better for a year.
That's I don't think that's true.
Consistency is not the same thing as not getting better. He still made huge plays this year. And he's made mistakes.
First 4 games last year, he peaked. He was in the 90s, like it's like the best decade. He's in the 2020s now. Not good. He was in the 90s in the beginning of his career. Now he's consistently went down.
Okay, but we've seen him have. What was that? A few games ago, he had 80 yards and a touchdown. And then Wisconsin, he had 175 and 2 touchdowns.
You're making $2 million a year.
That is inconsistency.
He's supposed to be as good as Jeremiah Smith. Go look at Jeremiah Smith's stats.
Who is Jeremiah Smith playing? He's not playing the SEC.
Here we go again. Who's he playing? Just stop with that crap.
It's garbage.
Julian Sand is throwing 80%. He's got a good quarterback. So does Ryan Williams.
Yeah,
there's no excuse for Ryan Williams having all the drops when they hit him right in the hands. It doesn't matter who you're playing. The ball is hitting your hands. You're dropping it.
I would side with Josh when it comes to whether you catch the ball or not, especially with Ryan. It's Ryan against Ryan. I don't think there's any other competition out there.
Body too much.
I agree with that.
He's a body catcher, and those are horrible.
Okay, but what I'm saying is we've seen him catch the ball with his hands and make miraculous catches. So it's there if he can get out of his own head and do it. You can't.
That's what I'm saying. He's weak mentally.
Inconsistent. How do you know? Okay.
I've been watching him play for 2 years.
We don't know how severe his concussion.
He can't even play in the slot, guys. He can't even play slot.
There's a lot of wide receivers that don't do well in the slot.
And I would say that those guys are weak too.
So okay.
What?
You may not be wrong, but I think it's hilarious coming from guys like us to say that those guys are mentally weak when we could not even compete in what they do.
I couldn't play football. I already told you that. But once you get to that level, you have to have another level of mental fortitude, and maybe he doesn't have it.
Well,
and maybe
I think
in the process of finding it, the only way you find it is going through it.
Well, he needs to go with Aaron Rodgers in the offseason.
He needs to go smoke all those herbs.
Go in one of them cages or one of them caves and do some ayahuasca.
Could be. Now, I'll say this.
Next thing you know, Aaron Rodgers has his finger up his butt like, hey, how'd that get there?
I don't know what to think about that, but I'll say this. You may be right, but thus far in the process, you were absolutely wrong about Kalen DeBoer, and he was able to overcome it. So let's hope with his leadership.
About Ty Simpson. So
well, I hope I'm wrong about Ryan Williams.
Yeah. You were wrong about Ty Simpson.
You guys, there is no gotcha with me
when I'm wrong. Who else he was wrong about? He was also wrong about Eli Holstein and Dylan Lonergan.
I like being wrong. I don't like
He
being
is
wrong in those
1
two.
for 5 right here, so I'm not giving
Yeah.
him a stock.
So while he is very convincing, we will see how this plays out. Josh, let me ask you this. Do you hope that Ryan Williams does get better and catches more passes, or are you so mad that he wears fingernail polish that you can't get past it?
I don't think you'll ever get past that.
I haven't got past Caleb Williams doing it. And I just don't think it has I don't like it when a man signs a deal with a fingernail polish company. I'm sorry. Call me old school, call me whatever you want. But I would be dumb to say I want him to keep chopping passes.
So you want him to get better?
Yeah, but then I want him to transfer at the end of the year. We could spend that money on somebody else. Have him leave.
Yeah.
That's $2 million, bro. Like, that's a lot of money. We have plenty of wide receivers.
Guess what? He came to Alabama, and he could have made that anywhere else. He wanted to come to Alabama.
Yeah, well, guess what his other choice was? Auburn. Do you see? You don't think he saw a train wreck?
I'm pretty sure there was a lot of other places he could have went.
He wanted to go to Bama or Auburn. That was his thing.
Okay.
All right. Switching gears, let's talk about something that's even more riveting, and that is the top 10 coaching positions that are open right now. And I would like to get your opinion, each of you, and I'll start with Austin Dash, the best and the worst. Let me name them out for you. You ready? LSU, Penn State, Florida, Auburn, Arkansas, UCLA, Oklahoma State University, Virginia Tech, Stanford, and Oregon State. The best opportunity and the worst.
Florida. Florida's the best opportunity for sure. The brand is huge. The location is huge. There's a lot of talent in the state of Florida if you can keep them home. So, and they've got a lot of money. So if they get the right guy in there, I mean, you could see them going back to 2008. So, I say the worst job.
A couple bad ones in there.
I think Auburn's pretty bad. I mean, and that's just not hate on Auburn. I mean,
you're going to sit there with a straight face and say that Auburn's worse than Stanford or Oklahoma State? Seriously?
No, the expectation at those two places are
Auburn wins national championships.
No, Auburn expects to win national championships.
I've seen them win too.
I've seen them win 9.
All right. Well, Josh, let's go with your pick.
They've got
who is the?
I would probably say LSU is the best job open because
they're unrealistic too.
Ed Orgeron won a championship there. If you get the right players and the stars align right, you can win a championship at LSU. You could just ride some sort of magic in the air, and you could just. Les Miles has one. You could just ride it to the sunset and be an instant god on campus there, and basically, stay until you want to leave. Florida has a lot. They got a lot of money too, but I would put LSU on Florida.
Ed Orgeron won a championship, and they run him out of town, so that's not necessarily true.
Well, look, I mean,
who's the worst? What's the worst job?
I would say it's 1A, 1B, Stanford, and Oklahoma State, but I'd probably have to put Stanford up there as the worst one. They're trash.
You wouldn't want to go somewhere where you can win 7 games every year and stay for 20 years.
No, if I was a coach and I was that competitive, I would want to go to where I could face the best competition. And that's not Stanford ain't got no NIL money for football. I don't know what Oklahoma State's rocking with, but they probably got oil money there. So I would probably go Stanford. Worst job. Auburn is not the worst job. I mean,
expect to be in the hunt for championship every year. And
so what?
2 championships in the last 20
Yeah, but the thing is they got money to back it up, and they have Auburn has a good tradition at their school. We're acting like they're not ever good at football.
Well, I think it really depends on what your definition of the worst is, and you guys have a different opinion on what the worst is. So that's all there is. Wild Bill, what about you? Best job, worst job? What do you think?
I'd say probably the worst job would be Oregon State.
It's a little rainy up there.
Oh, was that Oregon State, or I thought you said Oklahoma State?
Yeah, Oklahoma State's too.
Yeah, both of them.
Oh, those
I'd
three are kind of wow. I didn't hear that scrappy job too.
I wouldn't think UCLA would be a very lucrative job. I would say probably I would have thought LSU would have been, but now that you've got the governor and politicians involved in the running the sports programs at LSU, I don't know if I'd want to get involved in that environment or not.
That's a good point.
Those Cajuns will go crazy if you come in there and lose after Brian.
I heard they brought in Jacob Hester though to help.
But I've never heard. That'd be like Kay Ivey telling the University of Alabama who to hire for their coach.
I think that they've branched out and got some former players to come in and help too, though, because Jacob Hester is one of them.
But Landry's still the governor.
Yeah, Hester knows what he's talking about.
Florida would be one of them, I would think. They all gonna make big money, whoever goes where. But Auburn, they won in 1957, the year before I was born, and then they won in 2010, whatever it was. That's the only two legitimate national championships that I know of. They can say all this garbage, but I wouldn't want Auburn because Jimmy Rain runs the sports program, especially the football. What he says is what goes. And if you don't think so, look and see if his name's not on the field at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
That's a good point.
He's the only billionaire in the state of Alabama. He's the one that supports, especially the football program. So I wouldn't want to deal with him either.
I'm gonna say best job for me. I'm gonna say LSU is the best, and then I'm gonna look at Florida and say it's the worst job. And the reason I say that is because it took Dan Mullen and it took Coach Napier, and it just burned them to pieces and melted them away. And those are guys that I believe were successful at other programs, and there's just something to me going on at Florida. I can't talk about Auburn because I don't really know, but I know they have a track record, a serious track record of failure in the last two hires, and hiring Hugh Freeze with what he had going on, even at Liberty, based on what I understand, covering up a sexual assault case, they do not have any sense of integrity when it comes to hiring a coach. So I don't know what that looks like. I agree with Josh.
Quincy, they fired their last four coaches: Chiswick, Malzahn, Harsin, and now Hugh Freeze. Their last four has been fired.
Yeah, and I would agree that, based on tradition, I think Florida and Auburn have great tradition within the programs. I think LSU and Penn State do. The other schools, I don't think have the same pressure. I think Penn State is going to grow into a job that has more pressure. But right now, you're going to replace James Franklin. I think they're going to try to get somebody who's seriously competitive. I wouldn't be surprised if Brian Kelly goes to Penn State, but I don't know. I don't really know what that's going to look like. I think he's a better fit for that group up there as opposed to the Southeastern Conference. But I think Lane Kiffin could probably have his pick of the litter where he wants to go. I just perceive that he has it made right there in Ole Miss. But Josh, go ahead and talk us through this, and then we will go to the fourth quarter.
Talk us through which part?
Oh, was that Austin that put that picture up there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Austin. Talk us through that.
I got to dip out in 10 minutes flat.
Somebody said, how is Lane Kiffin going to coach 4 football teams? And it said Lane Kiffin coaching next year in the multi-view. He's going to be coaching from home.
I'm pretty upset about that multi-view. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah. That's very frustrating. But hey, it's time now for the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter is brought to you by Man vs. Marriage, the podcast. Do you want to be a better man? Do you want to be a better husband? Do you want to be a better lover? Come on down to Man vs. Marriage, the podcast, and see what we have to offer you. This week, we dropped the start of an episode called Rebuilding Us, Where to Start in Your Relationship. And it is going to be an awesome series. So go on and check it out. The show before that was Why Does My Wife Control Our Sex Life? So I encourage you to go check that out. It's a pretty explosive episode, but for now it is time for the fourth quarter. Let's get into it.
3, 2, 1.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for the fourth quarter. We are here. It is time. We are going to talk about Alabama, LSU, and what our predictions are. Austin Dash, did the almost champion give you her pick?
She did not.
Okay, we're going to have to get that. But for now, we are going to start with you. Austin Dash, what are your thoughts on Alabama, LSU?
So I was looking at some stats earlier, and I know y'all are going to say that don't matter because it's going to be a different coach and a different team. But a couple things that stick out to me. Alabama's number 13 in time possession, LSU 66. Alabama is 16 in third down offense. LSU is 77th in third down defense. Alabama's red zone offense is number 4. LSU's red zone defense is number 30. Alabama's red zone defense is number 8. LSU's red zone offense is number 80. Alabama wins 35-17.
35-17. All right. Josh Moran.
I also know who LSU's new coach is going to be with the assistant coach. But after crunching the numbers, this is what I came up with. So the new head coach is going to be Ed Orgeron. He says, "Go Tigers," and I love you ladies too. I love ladies too, but go Tigers. And then the Farmer Fran is going to be the new offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator.
No, he's special teams.
As seen here, is he's making himself feel good for the day. And if you see towards the right, we have a belt hitting the little baby tiger in the face. And Bama wins 38-24.
38-24, Alabama. Wild Bill, what do you got, brother?
27-17.
27-17. Okay. As the man who is here in last place, I'm going to talk to you about what's going to happen in Bryant-Denny Stadium. And it's important that you know that I've gotten a bit more conservative in at this, juncture of 8 games into the season.
That's why I said 35.
So here's what I believe to be the case, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up. Let me get this here in front of me so I can read it and you guys can all hear it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Alabama's going to come out. They are going to be the first ones to score in the first quarter. Alabama is going to score a methodical touchdown, and they're going to win the first quarter 7-3. They're going to eat up a lot of time on the clock. They're going to establish dominance. It may be equal passing and running, but they are going to chew up the clock and show LSU what T-Town is all about. Alabama comes out, scores 10 points in the second quarter, and holds the LSU Tigers to 0. And they go in 17-3 at the half. Alabama's going to make some great adjustments. LSU's going to come out. They are going to score a mercy touchdown in the third quarter, but Alabama's still going to be victorious 10-7 in the third quarter. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Bama's going to close the game out with a killer drive, and they are going to score a touchdown to LSU's field goal. And we're going to have a score of 34-13. as your Alabama Crimson Tide wins number 8 in a row and prepares for the Moran brothers coming to Tuscaloosa. Let's go, Roll Tide.
Nice.
Yeah. I hope it's a bigger margin of victory than that. But you know what? These days, in this era of college football, show me the W's. That's all I care about.
I just want to win. I think a 10 or 14 point win in the SEC right now is considered a blowout. I mean, you look at that Tennessee game; it wasn't a blowout, but we beat them pretty good.
17 points and having control of the game from the get-go is a blowout, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, I consider a 10-point win in the SEC a good win. So,
yep,
win by 1. That's all that matters.
Yep.
All you need is 1 point more.
If you're the Raiders, you could lose by 1.
I got one question for you 3 guys.
Oh,
Did
yes.
y'all watch the Ohio State Penn State game?
I did not, because I knew it was going to be a blowout.
They need to do away with targeting in college football. Caleb Downs gave the ultimate targeting.
I heard he was even surprised they didn't call targeting.
Exactly. So I don't know if Austin or one of you can pull it up, but if that's not targeting, what is? They called it on the field, but he's an All-American for the defending champions. He's making $3 million this year, so they're not going to suspend him.
Hey, it ain't his fault.
Well, why? While Austin's looking it up,
the officials could have stuck with the call they made on the field.
Well, he's saying it's not Caleb Downs' fault they didn't call the right call.
They did on the field.
But he didn't have anything to do with them not calling it right after the review.
Well, anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
so
I've got it right here.
As Austin Dash is pulling this up, I just want everybody to know that he thinks Caleb Downs is garbage, just so you know.
Wild to me.
I don't have no use for him, so that's me.
Okay, we ready?
Yes, sir.
Head or neck area is going to be a targeting plus Downs. Yeah,
Oh.
he goes upstairs with that.
That's
If that's not textbook targeting, I don't know what is. You launch with the crown of your helmet, forcible contact to the head and neck area on a defenseless receiver.
No idea. Hey, I'm going to have to get out of here.
all right, boys. Well,
I got a couple things, though. YouTube and ESPN to get this crap worked out, because I'm going to have to go on the first night of college basketball in a little while and watch the ESPN app instead of the freaking multi-view on YouTube TV, because Bama's playing on SEC Network Plus.
My. Can the billionaires get crap figured out and not put it on us? We are the paying customers.
Yeah.
Hey, YouTube, Disney, get your crap figured out.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Josh, those are your final words. Austin Dash, your final words.
Roll Tide.
I love it. Let's get after it. Wild Bill, your final words.
Roll Tide, let's tame those tigers.
Tame the tigers. Tame them tigers. I do have a quick graphic that I put up that we didn't get to show. So we're looking at this for next week. BS podcast, Bama versus LSU and T-Town. We'll see what happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for Austin Dash, Josh Moran, the soon-to-be champion who did not make it because she had her 900th wedding photography session this year. And for Wild Bill, my name is Quincy Moran. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the BS podcast. You are guaranteed to be happy or you get your money back. Right here. Roll Tide, everybody. Have a great night. God bless you.
It's free.
It's not free. It costs them their time. So get after it, everybody. Roll Tide. Let's go, Alabama.
One message for you from your aunt. She will bust both of you in the head. Can y'all hear me?
It's not rocket science, you know.
I think you, like me, have a face for radio.
Can y'all hear me?
We gonna play with the players we got. Next man up.
That's why it sucks.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
This kind of unprofessionalism does not need to be tolerated. I mean it.
y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me?
What the hell is going on here? Just all hang up.
Another episode of the BS Podcast.
Hang
I'm your
on,
host,
hang
Quincy
on,
Moran.
hang on. There's all kinds of noise in my ear now.
Oh, jeez.
We need a little bit more professionalism.